The writer's pen scratched against the paper, each word bleeding into existence, bringing with it a darkness that clung to reality. Her latest story told of a man who lost his family in a fire. That night, she woke to the smell of smoke and the sound of distant screams. The next day, the news reported a family burned alive in their home. The writer's heart pounded, knowing her words had become their fate. She tried to write happy endings, but the pages twisted, ink morphing into tragic scenes beyond her control. A tale of a young girl lost in the woods. Days later, a child's body was found, her face twisted in terror. The writer's hand shook as she wrote, each letter a curse, each sentence a death sentence. She could feel eyes watching her from the shadows. Her stories became more gruesome, each one more horrifying than the last. She couldn't stop, even as blood began to seep from the pages. In her dreams, the characters she created haunted her, their hollow eyes pleading for mercy she could not give. The townspeople whispered of the cursed writer whose tales foretold doom, yet no one could prove the connection. Desperate, she burned her manuscripts, but the ashes whispered her name, and new stories wrote themselves in the soot. One night, she wrote her own death, hoping to break the cycle. But the ink bled into the paper, and her pulse slowed with each word. Her final breath was drawn just as the last sentence was completed. The room fell silent, but the pages fluttered as if alive. The stories continued to write themselves, each one more tragic, as if her soul was trapped within the cursed words forever.